guys, and welcome back to another episode of Outcasts to Icons, and this time you might be noticing the face cam, and it should be on it this time. There should be no messing around. Basically, the last couple of days, I tried it for the last two videos, but because I recorded them at the same time, I didn't know that the audio sync issues were still present, but I have now fixed it. Did some tests yesterday, and it is all working beautifully. So, excuse me while I take some time to sort of get used to talking into the camera rather than at the screen, which is generally what I do. Obviously, I'll have to be a bit of both, because I can't look at the camera while I'm doing the actual games, but I will do my best to sort of try to interact as much as I can with the camera. The camera will sort of move around depending on if it's in the way of things as well, so don't you guys worry about that. Hopefully the lighting is fine. I'm very, very sweaty in here at the moment because it is incredibly warm today. It's like, by English standards, I'm sure lots of you would be like, 25 degrees, that's fucking freezing. Well, yeah, for England, that's quite warm, and it's going to be even hotter tomorrow, so hopefully it's going to get quite... I don't know. I'm losing my train of thought. That's how hot it is in here. Anyway, guys, let's just start off with the question of the day. Today's question is this: what is the most amount of likes you've ever had on one video? That was on the Paris FC, the first video I did with the Paris thing, with the cool sort of history intro thing. That's got nearly, not quite 900 likes. It's nearly 900 likes, which is pretty impressive. I think the target I set for that one was about 600, which was fantastic, and we absolutely bombed it. So I'd be interested to see, just out of interest, how many we can actually get on this episode. Obviously, it's never going to be anything like that, but I'm just curious, if you're still enjoying the series, please do drop a like on the video for the face cam and whatnot. So yeah, that'd be interesting to see how many we can get on this video, basically. It kind of fluctuates wildly sometimes. So yeah, if you do have any ideas for a question of the day, do drop them in the comments with the hashtag QOTD. Right guys, sorry about that, little technical hitch, but we are back, and yeah, we're on the day of the Champions League quarter-final draw. Now, there's, well, 8 teams basically, so there's a few that I obviously would really like to draw and a few that I would like to avoid like the plague, if at all possible. So hopefully we can kind of find a middle ground between the two things, basically. I'll just see if I've got a couple of anything I need to talk about on my list of stuff. No, I think we're good. So let's get into the draw and see who we're going to be playing against today. Well, we know we're going to be playing against Lazio in today's episode, but out of those, I would like maybe a bit of Metallurg, perhaps Stade Reims. Those are the two that I would be sort of least fearful of playing against. But in all honesty, guys, anything could happen right now. I really do not know how this is going to work. So, Man City, Hoffenheim. Okay, Metallurg, come on, Metallurg. Oh, Barca. At least it gets Barca out of the way. Roma, come on. Please, please. Stade Reims. Okay, that's fine. I think that might give us a real shot. I don't know why I went all funny there. That will give us a real shot, I think, at getting to, well, semi-finals, really. Admittedly, from there on, it's going to be crazy tough, but I'll tell you what, we've been quite blessed with the draws that we've had so far, if I'm honest, guys. So that's pleasing. I'll take that. That will give us 2 games against Stade Reims, which, of course, will be live-commed. And that's strange. I don't think I've actually played against Stade Reims before in a sort of Champions League game. They've done well to get in there in the first place. So I will join you guys in a sec when we come to the Lazio game, and I'll, of course, talk about all the other things that have been going on in this save so far. Right, guys, we are back. That took a bit longer than I expected, so hopefully that would have been chopped up nicely. So, a couple of things to talk about, of course. Firstly, we have a youth intake, which annoyingly has gone straight into our under-18s now, which is a pain in the arse, but we'll still be able to find. There was one player that was good. I really should have shown you it before, because we still had the youth intake, and here he is, actually, right at the top here. This is Cosimo Varisco. And what can I say? Apparently we've got a 5-star potential, or nearly potential 5-star player, in our midst. So I don't know much about him. Obviously we're going to sign them all onto contracts if we can. He's only just come through, so we've literally not even had the option yet to sign him up, but I'll be getting him on as quickly as I can, because for me, he looks fairly damn decent, I've got to say. Okay, that's because he has a low marking skill. That could potentially get... Okay, there's a few slight issues there, potentially if that is actually making him injury prone, but we'll maybe get a second opinion. I don't know. Point is, stats wise, I think he's a very decent player, and that's kind of what we're looking at for now. Hopefully he can become a solid, well, maybe, I don't know whether he'll actually get much of a chance to become a solid player, because I'd like to think that by the time he gets that chance, we'll have completed this series, guys. So, but there you go, I thought I'd show you him anyway. Right, let's get into the games that we played this month. It's been a bit of a weird one because we were on a fantastic run in Serie A, really bombing down on Juve, and after the game against Feyenoord, nothing really changed for a bit. First up, we had Cesena away from home, and bear in mind, they are like 5th in the league in this game, and Emerson Hyman was supposed to tear us apart in this one. However, he did less tearing apart, more getting sent off and then probably tearing something apart in the changing rooms. They actually went in front through Vaclav Černý, who was, I believe, a really solid player. I think he played for Tottenham on my Portsmouth save, so a really solid player there. But then Hyman get himself booked twice in the first 40 minutes of the game, and in the second half we absolutely killed it. We had a lot of shots in general, but in that second half we really did well. I switched it up to attacking for the second half. Bish bash bosh, Placido with a brace, one for Zivkovic and one for Federico Mainardi as well, which is always nice, and a good solid 4-1 win. Shame about the goal conceded, but that's a really solid win away from home. I feel that it could have been a completely different game though had Hyndman not got himself sent off. Next up we have Pescara at home. I would have actually liked a slightly larger win in this one because I think we played well enough to deserve it. However, it didn't happen and it didn't really need to, as we got ourselves a comfortable 2-0 win. Zivkovic and Peluso with the goals. Notice, no goal for Marcelo Di Placido in that game. He did get 2 in the previous one though, so it's, not quite as bad as it looks. Next up though, we had Napoli away from home, and we were nowhere near good enough in this game. Like, bear in mind, they are so far behind us, but we just did not even turn up in this one. Carlos Vieira, it still took until the 84th minute to score, and I thought we were going to get away with a 0-0 draw, but Falcao's red card as well did not help. He did pick up a suspension, which of course made him miss the next game. But we did lose, and it's closed the gap on us ever so slightly, but it's still not disastrous, and Juve have dropped points as well, finally. So it's still not fantastic, but it's not bad. Now, the next game, I kind of wish I'd live comp, because look at this. I don't think I've ever had a game be more one-sided and lose. I think I wanted to cry. So they scored with they had their first shot of the game and they scored with it. COJ Un made it 1-0 to Atalanta inside the first minute of the game. With their first shot of the match, they scored. Fair enough, that happens sometimes. However, that was their only shot of the game, and that kind of bugged me because we had 38, 21 of which actually hit the target. I don't know how we didn't win this game. That is about the biggest sort of one-sided match but still lose that I've had so far on FM15 this entire year. I can't think of one that's been worse than that. So that's a real shitter because that's dropped us some serious points which we really did need to get, and we really did deserve to get as well. But I say that, but we didn't score the goals. So their goalkeeper didn't even play that well, 7.2. Not even their best player. That was Satka, but as you can see, they did not... Oh, no, wait, that was Bakayoko. He was okay. He was passing the ball around quite nicely, but we were still able to win it off of him most of the time, so I don't know what that one really was, but hey, it was another result. And finally, of course, we had what I would call the dead rubber game against Feyenoord, and I'm kind of glad we didn't live com this one, because we'd already through. They played a really good game, and probably should have had more goals, but they didn't get them. We were actually 4-0 up on them at one point, before they really kicked on at us. A hat-trick for Di Placido, continuing his Champions League goal scoring, although he has been a little bit iffy in the league over the last sort of episode or two, and one for Zivkovic, of course, before Jeremy Blanchard got on back for Feyenoord, but it was miles too late. So there you go. That's how things stand at the moment. Now, how things stand in the league is we have a game in hand on Juve, and that is today's game against Lazio. Now, the issue is, Lazio, okay, they're not doing great in the league, but it is the derby and they are at home, so you've got to feel that they're going to be really up for this. And I worry because I think if we can win this, we've got 7 games to go. We're a point behind Roma, point behind Juventus. There might still be a chance for us to actually win the league, which would be quite surprising, but we're guaranteed Champions League football, basically. I mean, we're 9 points above Genoa, with a game in hand as well, although the gap has been brought back a little bit because of our dropping points lately, but I still think we're going to comfortably get Champions League and second place if we want it. But I'd like to see us get that. I'd love to see us win the league, basically. That's my overall aim this year, is to try and do it. Win our first major title. Hopefully that'll improve our reputation as well. Most man of the match was, of course, Di Placido. 40 league goals. He needs 3 more in his final 8 to beat Norman Millington's tally, and I feel like he still will do it. Average rating is an 8.31, and Simone Capra has got 19 assists in the league. Crazy stuff. Anyway, let's take a quick gander at the squad. Top goal scorer, of course, is Di Placido with 49 goals now in 42 appearances. 17 for Zivkovic is still not bad. And as for assists-wise, well, Capra with 24 assists. Oh, he's an advanced playmaker of dreams, frankly. He playmakes my dreams. As for value, it's all about Di Placido, really, and that's not really to be surprised, but Wang Jung-ho's really slipped off the board at the moment. In fact, so much so that he was injured that I didn't even register him, because he just hasn't been the same player that he was. Like, I've put him in a few times, and he's just got injured all the time, and it's a shame, because he's never been able to get match fitness back, and I really am going to try and get that going for us. So, right, so that should be good. Let's get into the match today against Lazio. Now, we're away from home, slightly iffy system, but I still feel that if we play our natural game, we should have the beating of them. We've had a few cheeky 1-0 defeats here that I'm kind of not eager to repeat, so shall we say? Right, okay, we are good. Is that because of... Oh, because of the Champions League game, of course. Right. Okay, and lots of players ineligible, which is a pain. So we're going to have to go with there's a few youth players on the. There is a youth player on the bench, I should say. But Slavidanchev, everyone will be pleased to know, is still on the bench, so there's that. So we're going to go with Di Placido, Catarini, Capra, Garcia, Falcao, Zivkovic, Lamantia, Peluso, Arapi, Mainardi, and Brignoli. A relatively strong side. Could be better, of course, but hopefully, if we don't win the title this year, well, we will. I'd like to think we'll win the league title, potentially. You never know. But Champions League, I still think is a bit out of sight. But I think next year, if we get the right money in, we can build a squad that's capable of challenging for the Champions League. So there's that to look forward to. Right, let's get into the game before we go on for a little bit too long here. So, that's right. Okay, usually that bit skips in the recording, but because I've changed the settings to allow the camera to work, those loading menus will unfortunately be part of the video, but it's the only way I can get it to sync properly, otherwise it makes all the things different lengths. We are massive favourites for this game, so that always bodes well. Absence of Wang Jung-ho... We've done okay without him, let's face it. Falcao has done a solid job in that middle. Anyone that I should recognise from that team? Not really. Quintero? Allegro? God, I love the 12 substitutions you can have in Italy. It really does make things much easier at times. You'll always have a player on the bench to bring on, and I've had that struggle in other leagues. So that's one thing I really do enjoy about Serie A, is that ability to have that many subs. Right, let's do this. Hopefully, my camera shouldn't be in the way of anything. It should just be down in the bottom corner, down here, which is lovely. Pilola, Abdallah. Oh dear. I'm a little bit worried because that system is... Well, it actually looks like a fighter jet, to be honest, guys. They've started quite strongly, actually. We're getting a bit of ball. It's very even so far, it seems. But if we just get our foot on the ball and get that one opportunity for Di Placido, and that is all he needs, is one opportunity, I'd like to think. He needs 3 more goals to complete the ultimate sort of goal-scoring haul in the league, which I would love to see him do. And I think from 8 matches, he's got to have 3 goals in him, surely. Unless he gets injured, which would be the worst thing possible. But I don't think he's particularly injury-prone. I actually can't think of a single occasion where he's had to go through injury, which I think is why he's pretty much started every game for us and has played the full, well, not always the full 90, but sometimes I've brought him off just to give him a rest, but never through injury. And Brignoli makes a perfect save there. After 28 minutes, Lazio looks slightly on top, but we're still doing well with pass completion and possession, and that's important. Here we go. Corner. Zivkovic takes it long, actually, to Catarini. Can he pick a ball? Drops it short for Di Placido. Cuts inside. Shoots! Oh, my God! What a strike. Remember that goal against Juventus? That was like that, but with a cherry on top, and not Alberto cherry. That was... It sounded like I thought it was... It was a tasty, tasty goal. Turned his man in the top. That was presumably, when we'll see actually, presumably that goal was right where the scissors live. And yeah, really looking forward to seeing how that one turns out. Catarini into Di Placido, takes a touch. Not even... Oh, he does take one more touch, and that is... Oh, that is where the scissors live. Hashtag where the scissors live. Quintero to... Oh dear, hang on. Don't immediately concede any... Oh, come on. Was that in the... I didn't think that was in the box, but it's hard to tell from up here, really. Disappointing to go and take the lead like that and then immediately throw it away with a penalty. They're going to score it because I've not seen a penalty missed for... Actually, no, I've seen a few. But never in the live comms. We never seem to miss penalties in the live comms. Piloa and it's in the back of the net. I can't remember the last time I saw a penalty missed in a live comm game. I think that was back in my Portsmouth save. So to give you an idea of how long ago it was. That's really disappointing. But you can't say they don't deserve it. They've had some chances so far. 2 clear cuts as well. So there's that. Did we even see a highlight of their first clear cut chance? I don't think we did. We're going to get to half time. Oh, no, we're not. Unless we can take ourselves back in front again. But Di Placido has now got 41 goals in the league, so that's a good start. But I'd like to see more than a draw here. They're not the best side at the moment. And now is a good time to play them, really. Zivkovic, can he cut... Oh, he's going to shoot, isn't he? Oh, I wish he'd stop doing that. I really wish he'd stop doing that. I've got instructions on him to try and stop him, but he just doesn't listen. We are expected to win, so let's not let the fans down, eh? A good start, though. Catarini with the assist. Surprised it wasn't Capra, actually. Mr. Assist. And Di Placido with the goal. What more do you want, really? That's the perfect first half from us. Now, have they changed the system up or not? They've changed it a little bit. They seem to have pushed their wing-backs forward and made them into sort of wide midfielders now. So that's interesting. That might actually allow us a bit more spacing behind them, potentially. That might actually turn the game in our favour slightly. In fact, it looks to have so far. Catarini, Capra, we need a second goal. We need to win this, and... If they can knock this into space, we could play a nice little interchange. Capra, Zivkovic round the corner, perhaps. Di Placido! Is he onside? Please tell me he's onside. Yes! He's onside. Marcelo Di Placido, Lazio 1, Roma 2. 2 more goals for Marcelo Di Placido. And that worked out very nicely. He was certainly on the verge of being offside, I'd have to say. It looked very, very borderline. In fact, to me, that looked offside. I've got to say, that looked a bit offside to me. But we'll take it. Zivkovic with the assist, Di Placido with the goal. That is 42 goals now in Serie A, and he's still got 7 more games and the remaining half an hour of here. So could he maybe go for the big 50? Who knows? Could he go Messi-esque? That's a great tackle from Falcao. Can we get a break on him? Maybe get a hat-trick for Di Placido. Caterini with men bombing forward. Capra, Zivkovic, and he's lost out to Vasquez. Don't let them catch us now. We're playing counter. We can catch them on the break now. We've got the lead. Just don't concede any silly penalties. Pilola, yep, let's get him off. Not get him off, that'd be brilliant. Wish you could substitute other teams' players. That would be very helpful. Vasquez, Andre, we've allowed them into a lot of space here. Tasic is through. Oh, that is a good strike from Tasic. Good strike, and it is 2-2 here. I wouldn't say we've been overly bad defensively. The penalty was a shitter, I admit. We should have done a lot better with that. And that was just a good strike from Tasic. Yes, okay, perhaps the defender should have done much better there, but it is a good hit, to be fair to him. So, I can't fault the rest of the team. Oh my god, we're going to get another highlight. God, it's insta-highlight central here, lads. Mainardi out wide to Zivkovic. Are we going to get ourselves back in front immediately again? That would be brilliant. Zivkovic is just going to shoot from long range, isn't he? Capra now, Caterini. Back to Capra. Perhaps a long ranger? Nope. Back to Falcao. This is better. Keeping some possession is what we need to do. Falcao into Di Placido. Has he got support? He does have support. It's Caterini and he's missed it. I think he may have been offside anyway. No, he wasn't offside. That is worrying. Here we go again. Zivkovic with the ball to the edge of the box. Caterini now. Can he pick a pass out? He goes to Capra. He's going to have to shoot. Goes to Peluso. Oh, yes! 3-2. This is a brilliant derby. Cristiano Peluso, one of the youngsters at the club, with his 4th goal of the season. That's fair dues, and I think that's another assist as well for Simone Capra, making that 20 assists in league football. Peluso, from a really tight angle, takes a touch and just... Oh, man on the line there doing a fantastic job of being a post. I'm going to make a substitution perhaps around about now. We've come back into this game a little bit now. We've got some options off the bench. Oh dear, Di Placido's taken a knock. You know what that means, guys? It's Danchev time. I might make one more, actually. I'm going to just... Albin Arapi's not had the best game, so we're going to get Alejandro Lorenzo on. That might actually do for my substitutions. We've got Alexandre to maybe come on too, but so far I'm confident. I might just... We've not had the best luck in terms of our shooting accuracy today, so what I might do is just turn it on to this and see if that does affect the percentage. I've been keeping an eye on it, but no real results yet. I need to have a larger sample set to see if that actually works of situations where I've tried that. Garcia now. There's men forward. If we could get the right ball. Caterini, round the corner perhaps, for Danchev to the back post, and it is 4-2. It's Andrea Zivkovic. Lovely stuff. Lazio 2, Roma 4, and... Well, since we turned it on, we've had 3 shots, 2 of which have been on target, so not much to go on there, of course, but I was hoping Slavi Danchev might get his chance. Caterini plays him through, gets tackled in the end, but Zivkovic is in at the back post with another chance for himself and another goal for himself. Lazio 2, Roma 4. Perfect performance today, really. A couple of little errors. Again, we've conceded a couple of goals, and that's always a worry, but at least we're scoring, and that will put us back as the top scorers in the league, I think. Garcia, he's got Danchev through here. Slavi Danchev is 5-2. Slavi Danchev's first goal of the season for Slavi. Happy now, Slavi? Happy? Wow. This game's turned into a much more one-sided affair in the end than I expected it to. Garcia with a lovely little ball through for Danchev, and that is a glorious finish. Gotta say, Lazio 2, Roma 5 flatters us. 5 goals flatters us quite a bit here. I might get Caterini off, actually. Have we got anyone on the... Federici, actually. He's our youngster. One of our youngsters. We've got many, many youngsters, guys. He's one of them, so hopefully just get him on for a bit of time. But, so we had 6 shots on target out of 16 shots, and now we've had 6 out of our last 8. So definitely the concentration has helped, I'd have to say. It's certainly improved our shooting accuracy in the second half, and I really do think that's made a difference. So thank you to whoever gave me that tip. I really do appreciate that. 2 assists for Caterini, 2 goals for Marcelo Di Placido, and I couldn't be happier. After the game. Yep. Okay, very strange. Don't normally get them after the game, really. Very rarely, anyway. So we're still a point behind Juve. 12 points above Genoa now. That's looking safe for second place, but we really do need to keep hunting them down like raptors. That's basically the task. Of course, the next episode is all going to be about those Champions League ties. So it's going to be a double live com. We'll do the first and second leg since they're nice and close together. In fact, there's only one game in between, which is the Torino match. So apologies for that, but, you know, you're getting two games in one episode. And there's the AC Milan game in between, which, of course, I'll have to do off camera. So, guys, if you like what you've seen and you're liking the new face cam, please do drop a like on the video. That would be genuinely massively appreciated. I am going to be... We've shot the girlfriend football trivia video. It's just going to take me a little while to edit it because I've been doing quite a lot of proper editing, so I don't want to just, put out some crap. So that could still be a little while longer, but again, be patient, it will come. So yeah, and if you have enjoyed it even more than that, and you haven't already subscribed to me, please do hit that big old subscribe button. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next episode for a double header Champions League quarter-final against Stade Reims. That is going to be massive for us, because if we get to the semis, who knows? Just who knows? Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.